everybody, it's Dominato Space here with a new LEGO video review. Today I'm gonna be showing you my custom LEGO Monster Fighters Gothic structure, Gothic building, Gothic part of a castle, whatever you wanna call it. It's based on that series that LEGO put out in 2012 and then discontinued in the same year, as far as I remember. And at that time I really enjoyed the series and never understood why LEGO just cancelled it so early. It could have had a second wave of sets, and I don't know, probably just the business model they're trying to abandon completely with their new themes. And that year and past years they're just forgetting about something that is so interesting about their company, that they can make some really interesting sets and stories, and Monster Fighters is a great example of that. But for some reason LEGO just doesn't care about people who enjoy such themes that were present in like those, I don't know, 2010 and 09. Some of these are so I wanted to make a sort of an homage to this series. It may be also related to Bloodborne, or a new game that just came out recently called Hand Showdown. So let's look at this set without further ado. Here I included some of the figures, some of my top choices for this set. Here we can see Ann Lee, and she's a female vampire hunter. And you can see she has some garlics and wooden stakes on her pants connected to her belt, I assume. She does have a silver medallion here and an arrow going through her hair. And she's armed with a crossbow, so she's a classic typical vampire hunter like Van Helsing. So I really enjoy that figure. I have two of them in my collection, and she comes in some smaller sets. As far as I recall, she comes in the Mummy from Monster Fighters, as well as the Ghost Train. So yeah, she's really cool. Next figure I get in my custom set is Rodney Rathbone, and I consider him the coolest out of all the Monster Fighters. It just looks like an aristocrat. You can see his pocket watch here, which is golden. He's armed with a rapier as well as a revolver, and he does have this awesome buckler hat, or whatever it's called, as well as a robotic leg, and a nice vest with a tie. So he's a very cool figure. I really like him. One of my favorites. And then if you really want to use this set as a Bloodborne sort of location, you can, like an old torn down Yarnum building, you can have this nice witch hunter from Lego minifigures. I customized him so he looks more like a Bloodborne hunter. However, he already looks like him when you unpackage him from the minifigure series. And you see I gave him my custom saw cleaver from Bloodborne, as well as this awesome weapon, which is kind of reminiscent to the Hunt Showdown video game I talked about recently. And also the face. I used the Ogil face from Lego Alpha Team. Great series this was. I never understand why Lego keep changing things up and never return to such themes as they had in the past. So they're so cool, and I think many, I don't know, maybe not kids, but AFOL fans would love to see the return of Castle, of Fantasy Castle, of so many other things they could have done, but they're just going in the wrong direction. However, it doesn't seem that they're losing money because of it. They're only gaining more and more, probably just because kids don't really care about such things now. I don't know, and I'll never understand that. I also added this old LEGO Studios 2002 minifigure in the set. It's a werewolf. He looks very cool. I really like this figure. And by the way, I never had the Monster Fighter set, which included the werewolf in it. The big old dying tree there was. I never had that, so I just put him here. But in this building, near it, I have my own custom tree. You can see how it looks like, very nice. It has some wooden parts here, some other, and the detailing I put into this tree is quite substantial. I think I've done a pretty good job with the pieces I had in my storage, which are not in my other MOCs, which are for the most part Star Wars separatist army cruisers like Beneficent class and Invisible Hand. Plus I have some other steampunk MOCs that are not even rebuilt from like year 2015, but whatever. And you can see here a treasure chest which has a golden ingot in it, or maybe not an ingot, just gold in here. And yeah, it looks quite nice, and again kind of blends in with the color here with the tree. And this is a mystery to unravel for Rodney Redbone here. And since we're already in the back, I would like to show you the back of the building so you don't scream at me in the comments saying, oh, the front looks good, the back looks like shit. But no, it's really good. You can see chain here, metal chain. Actually, I wanted to use the one that is more dark gray color, but I used this since I didn't have the other one on hand. Again, the detailing I tried to put in this is quite nice. Reminds me of Lego Kingdoms sets also because of these windows. I actually have them from these series that are long discontinued now. Whatever. You can see the throne here. It's a little wooden throne. It's probably a portrait here from a Lego Castle Medieval Market Village set. And I thought of a story if this is like a vampire tower, when you know the Lord Vampire from Monster Fighters, he has his big castle with a bride and all that, but he must have something more personal, in my opinion. This is his little mansion that nobody really knows about, and but I don't know, by some luck Rodney Raven and Ann Lee just discover it and enter it. And this is what the vampire looked like when he was a man, like in the castle era. And since this is like an early medieval, not early medieval, but early 19th century, and since the vampires are like quite old, he might have been a human in the medieval times, and now he lives for so long. He's now in this new epoch for the world or whatever. So it's just a cool story I thought about. And you can see here a skeleton lying, relaxing. First of all, I thought to put him here, like he's dying here or something, he hang skeleton, but it looked quite silly, and I decided to throw that idea through this window. I'm just joking. And so there's a lamp. The lamp design is quite cool. Just figured I can do this. If you don't like this element, you can just pop it off, and you see it looks quite nice without it, I must admit. But with it, it looks more interesting. It has that edge to it, you see. This little horn here looks quite nice. And in terms of detailing, let me show you more of it, since I'm just kind of talking stories here, talking some plot. You can see these detailings with, I don't know, those plants all over the mansion. Well, it's not really mansion, it's more of just a little tower I have here. Here, see, I did some different designs. The wall here looks different to the one on the left. Here there are more dark stones that are also broken down, since this structure should be very old. And I actually might think that this is the castle, the mansion that this vampire had in like medieval times, and this is why it's even more broken down. Probably fixed it or raised up the army of zombies to do this for him, because he's just very lazy. Who knows? The rooftop looks quite nice. I've used many of these pieces. I had to find them in my storage because I have a lot of them, but again, they're all in my other custom sets. So enough talking about the detailing and visual aspects of the set. By the way, it's very sturdy. It doesn't fall apart that easily. Well, it doesn't really at all. You can slam this baby, it won't break. So it's nice. So the structure, yeah, I did a lot of designing in order to get it the way it's done. And of course, it's not just without any playability, because how can I make a Lego set without any playability? What's the point of that? So the roof, well, it detaches, as you can possibly see right now, unless you're blind or something. And it basically has two levels here, the first one and the second one. But if you count this throne here, wooden throne, old, you can say it's three, but it's really not. It's just a different feature. And here you can see the mummy from this old set. Oh damn. Well, that might be the only problem it has. This thing sometimes may break off just because of the design I used here for these broken down stone bricks. See, they are connected by one point only. So this is the only fragile part of this building, of this structure. Other than that, it's very sturdy and stable. I showed you that. So here's the mummy. I really enjoy him. He's from the Monster Fighters line. Fortunately, he is a little bit yellowed, as you can see from the side. As is my vampire castle from the right. Also, I probably put them in the sun in like early 2013 or something, so they're a little bit yellowed. Well, not as yellowed as my gunship was. Oh, that was horrible. Wine bottle here, as well as a crystal ball from Lego Castle, and a nice little anvil. Well, it looks like an anvil with a key, and I think this key may be unlocking the front gate from the vampire castle, and probably this is the structure where the Lord Vampire Dracula just has the key. Nobody knows where it is. Only he can enter this structure, but again, it is being unraveled by Rodney Rathbone. Here I decided to put this little, I wouldn't consider it a lantern or a lamp, something like that. It's, I don't know, just a structure. It's not really visible from here, from the gates, so I'm not seeing a point of it being there, but this looks cool. I decided to leave it there. It was one of the first design choices I've made. And here inside you can see this old little piece from Lego Harry Potter. I assume, well, it looks like Harry Potter. It looks like something out of Snape's room or something. And this sticker, if I'm not mistaken, is from the Lego movie sets. A rat here. Probably a plague rat, since, well, a skeleton is that here. Who knows? This chest opens up. It has a golden teeth. I don't know, a golden tooth, whatever. Maybe a golden dragon, something out of dragon. And a cutlass. Well, why cutlass? Don't ask me. Maybe he was a pirate in the past. Who knows? And now, since all of it is in disarray, I'll cut this video, edit it out, so you can see the structure again, fully built. And yeah, I might also add that this set is very easy to put together with two hands. With one hand, it might be a little bit of a problem, because you have to align these bricks that I have. You see they're in this interesting position here, so it's kind of hard to do it with one hand, so I had to stop the video to pause it. So yeah, that's about it. I don't have anything else to add about this set. Again, you might want to use it for some of the Bloodborne animations, and I might be using that. I might be making some stop motions about Bloodborne or Monster Fighters. We'll see. Oh, I remember that scene, that little animation, 3D animated movie they had about Monster Fighters, when Rodney Rathbone writes his message to all the humans, to the whole race, that he will be fighting the monsters and trying to postpone the doomsday, so to say. So yeah, that's the end. I hope you enjoyed this little video here, which is quite long, but I wanted to show you the set from all the angles, all the features, all the things I've built. And since not a lot of people really talk about Monster Fighters a lot, and especially about other themes as well, like Space Police 3 or some other that really didn't work out that well for Lego, I suppose, and that's a shame, because well, for me they are what Lego is. It might be because it was in my childhood when I bought them, what I liked about Lego, especially Power Miners and Exoforce and Space Police, and of course Star Wars. And yeah, this summer new Star Wars Clone Wars sets are coming out, which is great. I finally can go to a store and buy a cool Lego set, not just another crappy Kylo Ren ship which looks like shite. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and rate, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. Go build some monster fighters. See ya.